Wish to gain the recognition you deserve? There was a young man whose effort always went unnoticed, and he often failed to get the recognition he thought he deserved. One day, he decided to seek advice from a master. When he finally met the master, he said, "I don't understand how life can be so unfair." The master did not say a word. Instead, he picked up a small stone from the ground and threw it into a distant rock pile. He then said to the young man, "Young man, go, get me the pebble that I have just thrown." The young man rummaged through the rock pile for a long time, but to no avail. He couldn't figure out which was the one that was thrown out by the master, because they all looked the same. He went back to the master to tell him that he had failed. The master said, "Now, give me that ring on your hand." The young man removed the ring and handed it to the master, who then threw it into the rock pile and asked the young man to bring it back to him. This time, the young man could find the gold ring effortlessly. The master did not speak a single word. After much contemplation, the young man suddenly came to a realization. "If I'm nothing but a mere piece of stone, instead of a shiny piece of gold, how can I blame fate for being unfair to me?" Our destiny is in our own hands. Instead of blaming the people around us, why don't we do a reality check on ourselves? Have we sowed the seed to the fruit we wish to reap? Or are we expecting too much, but doing too little? All the positive conditions that we are enjoying now is a result of the good seeds that we have sowed. Our spiritual cultivation is akin to polishing ourselves to become a piece of shining gold. Our minds are clouded daily with greed, hatred, and suspicion, which explains our never-ending worries. In fact, the culprit for our sufferings in life are none other than the 5 defilements in us, that is greed, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and suspicion. We are as if driven by only 2 emotions, greed and fear. Suffering results from greed when we fail to get what we want, and fear of losing what we get, which ironically results in even greater suffering. Ever wonder why we study Buddhism? It's because we need to illuminate our mind with the wisdom of the Buddha's teachings, to understand that our greed will ultimately lead us to nothing. The hatred we hold on to leads us to suffering, and our ignorance leads us to our worries. Only through this understanding that we are able to rise above it all and rediscover our original existence.